like this.
Hi everybody!
I'm Brenna
and welcome to the family.
So today's video we're talking about early admission exercise EAE and why we choose pharmacy as our course. So why you choose pharmacy?
Why I chose pharmacy was because I went to a chemistry meets medicine workshop in Ngee Polytechnic in secondary 3 because I had passion for chemistry in the past. So I went for this workshop and I got to meet drug formulations like suppositories, capsules, creams, and after talking to the seniors and the current alumni about all this, what do they do in their course and what were the career prospects, I got interested. So I decided to join the course, and it's also because of the third year internship with National University Hospital, which is NUH. So I thought that was a very good opportunity, and that's why I joined pharmacy. What about you, Brenna?
I joined pharmacy is the videos are quite basic so I'm not very interested in engineering, business, IT and the design courses so I only left with humanities and science and nursing. So humanities was not up for me because I did look at the content of the module, which is I find it very language, lot of language based kind of stuff. So I was not very interested. As for nursing, is because like you need to be like emotionally strong to cater to your patients, which I don't think I have that emotional strength to do it. So for the science course, there's so many variety, and why I only choose pharmacy is because I want to go to a course that I'm able to help someone. So that's why I decided to put pharmacy as my first choice.
Yeah, so that was why we chose pharmacy.
Yeah.
So because this whole video is about early admission exercise, so what this early admission exercise is actually about is before you do your O-levels and go through the normal joint admission exercise, which is JAE route, you have this short period window which is early admission exercise, whereby you get to secure a spot or in a polytechnic even before you take your O-level. So it's kind of like a it's not really a safety net, it's more like a pre-entry kind of thing, which is different if you want to do the JAE route.
But you have to make sure you really want to go to that course, like you're so dedicated.
But most importantly is to make sure that your passion is there for that course. Don't choose it because somebody tells you to, or because your friend is going to the course. Oh, my friend's going to pharmacy, so I should join pharmacy. No, it's not supposed to be like that. And it's what you really like.
And do not join the course because the job prospect market say it's good. Like for instance, IT right now is very good. So do not join IT because you think that you can go out and get it. But what happens if you don't like the course? Then you'll be like, I won't say you're stuck in the course. You can still withdraw out of the course, but it's a lot of money.
You waste money and your time.
And time also.
Yes, so make sure you know what you really want before you join the course. For us, the two of us entered EAE because we know pharmacy is what we wanted to do. So for the EAE application process, if I'm not wrong, where's my phone? Yeah, it's down here. So for the process, if I'm not wrong, there's an application period, June, whereby you apply on where to go, and then after that there's a selection stage whereby they will call you down for interviews. After the interview, then there is a kind of like a offer and acceptance stage. So they will offer you a course and you can choose to accept or reject, and then at the end, if you choose like you don't want to do this course anymore, there's also a withdrawal stage. But so far I haven't encountered anybody who has done that. Based on the phases, we will give you some particular tips. So for the first phase,
application phase. So number one you research about our course so you get to know about what the course does, what is the job prospect, what modules they teach.
Yeah, so very important, you have to research, because later on when you write something, you also have to know whether you are interested or not.
And also because if you research on the course, you know how to sort of the course object, you know how to link it to your write-up later on.
Definitely. So that's the first thing. And second thing, because I know there are 3 choices, right? So make sure your choices are some sort related to each other. That's the second very important point. If you have choices that, for example, just mix and match, if you have first choice from business, second choice in pharmacy, third choice in design, they
may lower your chances.
It will lower your chances because they can't really tell whether you are very passionate about something or not. So definitely put your interests, make sure your interests are similar if you want to choose EAE. But I'm not going to stop you or say that you definitely have to do that. You don't have to. If you still want to go ahead and put very different or very diverse choices, go ahead. Yeah, but my suggestion is that you may want to choose something that's more within the
same range.
Yeah, the same range or like the same field. And then
do we move on to the writing?
Yeah, so that's during the application period whereby you write, right? So in the application period
500 characters.
There's, I think for our time, because we were the first batch of EAE students, it was 500 characters.
500.
Yeah, so 500 characters. So a very good tip is to maximize your characters.
And then also, like, if you say you have leadership qualities, don't just say you got leadership qualities. To support that claim, you back it up with evidence. For instance, you are the student counselor, then you run camps. That also can show you have leadership qualities. So every time you write this kind of thing, you have leadership qualities, you are patient, you are caring. You try to back it up with something like as a supporting evidence, so you increase your likelihood.
Yeah, and also don't lie about the things you write. So if you want to write something, be true and honest about it. If you haven't done something, don't write it. Because you might use a lie to cover another lie and another lie, and then it goes on and on, it's a cycle. And then maybe during the interview, when the interviewer asks you, you might say something else because you can't remember what you wrote. And then it will kind of show during the whole interview process that you're not true to whatever you wrote lah. So make sure when you write something, don't lie about it. So that's the second point for the
third point.
No, that's the third point. Is it third?
The second point was
maximize your characters, then don't lie about it. So yeah, that's the third point. Don't lie about whatever you write. Then the fourth one would be more like during the application phase, get somebody to vet.
Read through your what you wrote, grammar, like, cause I'm not sure if they will nitpick or not lah. I'm not sure. But it looks more professional if looks nice lah.
Yeah, definitely. So get somebody, maybe a teacher, a friend, someone to just read for you and proofread and make sure that whatever you write is definitely grammatically and vocabulary all is there lah. If not, you might show that what are you talking about? They may not understand what you're trying to put your point across. There's also one more part on the talents, achievements and all this. Same thing, based on whatever we just tell you, be true and all.
But I think there's a word character limit.
A little bit more. I think 1,000 characters.
So you write the ones that are more relevant, maybe more important,
more relevant to you.
Yeah.
Then it may help you in the process also. Yeah. So move on to the second phase, which is the interview phase.
Always if possible, get a testimonial from your teachers before the interview.
You can just ask them. I'm pretty sure all of them will be more willing to help you to write a testimonial. But make sure you give them your information.
Don't expect last minute.
Yes, don't expect them to write a testimonial for you without any information about you. Yeah, it will be very difficult to do so.
So like maybe before the interview, maybe like during the application phase, you can probably ask them, can you write a testimonial for me?
Yeah, you can prepare yourself beforehand. So once they call you down for the interview based on your 3 choices, right? When you go to the interview, make sure you go there early. Sort of other than just getting a testimonial, make sure you go there early. And once you prepare your portfolio so your testimonials, your educational certificates and everything
you won before,
then you move on and then put it into a nice portfolio, bring it to the venue and be there early. So don't be there if your slot is at 9 AM. Don't go at 9 AM, go a little bit earlier. 8:45, just to like freshen up, go to the toilet, make sure your hair is all neat and tidy. Wear a school tie.
Looks professional.
To make yourself look a bit more professional, that's right. And then also to prepare all your certificates.
So the second tip is like in the application phase, research lah, like prepare some, like you try to sort of anticipate what kind of questions they may ask you.
And then try to like, I mean, if you are a bit nervous, other than just going there early, you can always practice in front of a mirror.
Or you practice with your family members or friends.
Like you can just stand in front of a mirror and just keep talking, because sometimes when you are a bit nervous, you kind of like tense up, you don't know what to say, your mind goes blank, and that's very normal because it's natural human process. Some people are are more extroverted and are okay to talk in front of people, even if it's just an interview, whereas some, they are a little bit more reserved. But don't make that a point whereby they will choose the extroverted over you. You know, doesn't mean that you are introverted, you won't get selected. I mean, look at Brenna, introverted, but she's still selected, right? So it's more like how you present yourself. Make sure you stand out. Don't say things other people can say. What makes you different from other people? You can say like, oh, I'm passionate about pharmacy. She can also say she's passionate about pharmacy, but what makes me passionate about pharmacy is different from what makes her passionate about pharmacy. So don't like say things everybody can say. Always make sure that it is to you and it's true to yourself. Like I say, don't lie about it.
Oh yeah, and then during the interview, if you don't understand or you misheard the question, don't be afraid. Just ask you to repeat the questions again. Because when I was first time, I was quite nervous so the interviewer has a British accent, so I had him repeat the same question 3 times before I think the interviewer beside him I sort of know that I was able. I think he thinks that I couldn't understand his accent, so he helped me repeat the question. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. So whether like you know what's the question, so you can answer it correctly, whether you assume it and you may get it wrong.
If you guess the question and then you say something else, you might
affect your chance.
It may affect your chance as well, because you're not answering to his question. And then maybe you have to waste time and repeat. Okay, and every student has a particular time slot, so they can't possibly spend 30 minutes and 1 hour facing you just for an interview. So your time is short, so make sure you stand out and prove yourself that you know you are worthy and you know I can get into this. Yeah, so that's our tips for you. So that's for the interview phase. But during the interview, from our batch, it will be like 1 student to 3 examiners or 3 judges, that kind of thing. But currently it's now it's a group interview for Ngee-Ann, that's the case. But I'm not too sure about the other polys.
I'm not sure, but in the past, I remember they requested for our report cards. So yeah, so they saw our report cards. But now they don't.
Now they don't look at
I think they can't even look. They can't even access, right? I don't know.
They don't even look at their results to allow the students to get in, because they want to see more on the holistic development. So that's like their key that they want to see right now.
After the interview phase, please ensure that you check your email or your phone because they sometimes might call you. Like for example, if you go for science courses or engineering course, sometimes they will call you for eye test, for the color testing.
So that is during the offer phase, whereby they offer you already. Make sure your phones and all this better be up.
You better check lah.
Yeah, you better check. And that's even like during application phase. Make sure you check.
Just check during the entire phase of the EAE, because they may contact you.
They may contact you through anything. So after that, you can choose whether you want to accept the course or reject the course. So those are some tips and things that we have been through. So we want to like give some ideas. So maybe you can do that. But that's for our EAE application, and that's not for you. So make sure you write something that caters to you, and don't base on whatever we just say. But if our tips kind of help you, then go ahead, use it, it's fine.
This is what we experienced. We're not really sure, like, because they are not us lah.
Which is also the system has changed. So, but some things are quite standard, like interviews and all. It's always the same thing. Be professional, bring a portfolio, get a testimonial, be there early. These are the things that are quite standardized throughout. But always make sure you don't lie about it lah. So
just be honest lah.
Be truthful to yourself. Then you will definitely do well in the interview. Don't have to worry if you are very nervous. Always get somebody to practice with you. But something special, a bonus, it will be after this video. So that's it for today. Bye bye.
Check out for part 2.
Wait for part 2. Like the video, subscribe. Yes, click the bell. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.